So hello everybody. Today I'm going to do a demonstration of a gray day. So I'm going to do the start, and then I think tomorrow I'll refine it a bit. So I'm going to share my screen. So here is the gray day study that I want to do. Okay, so on a gray day, the sky is usually your lightest light. And there's a lot of pigment, a lot of saturation in the color in the foreground. So let me just get started here with some drawing. Okay, so I don't do a lot of drawing when I start out, but okay, so my horizon line is over here. So I've got a good I'm not doing half and half, so that's good. A little bit lower. Wait, hang on. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to even put that a little bit lower because I'm going to put the mountains in. Okay, so the mountains are going to go here. Then there's some, actually maybe I'll put them here. So now these trees are here. And then there's some smaller trees here. Then there's some bushes in the foreground here. Okay, and then there's all this stuff here. I don't need to put everything in. I can maybe put a bush, a tree here and a few trees here. Maybe some trees here. Okay, and then I have the foreground. I've got here you've got some reeds here and here. Okay, so now the sky is a cloudy sky. Here is actually my lightest light over here. It doesn't look like in this photo, but another photo I have. Okay, so that's about all the drawing I'm going to do. Okay, so let me start with the trees. Like I say, this is a program. It's a lot different than when I work with paint, but these are just more for concept and showing you how I approach these paintings on location. And I've been painting on location for 40 years, so I can use a reference. If you're just starting out, I don't recommend that you use reference, because there's no information in a photo. You have to bring to the photo what you know, what you know about painting on location. So there's some trees here in the foreground that I'm just making a little bit warm, has a little more saturation. So there's a tree here. Okay, so now I'm going to get a color for that hill. Okay, I'm looking for. Now I'm going to put this in, but I think I'm going to at some point make this cooler. But this, if I look at the sky, this is actually darker than the sky. But they're big shapes, because I can always modify these shapes later on. And I definitely need to cool that down. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the trees in the foreground here, and I can redesign them, and then I've got there's a lot of saturation, so then I've got kind of a green here, And then we've got, it's a little bit lighter back here. Actually, that change it a little bit lighter here. And then I like to put some, there's like shadows underneath here to create the form of the, okay. So now this middle ground has a lot of pigmentation to it. I'm going to really make that so it comes forward. And then I'm going to go to the, this is much warmer here. Now I'm going to have to cool this down. It's too, actually maybe I can do this. It's too warm. And then I'm going to put a few shadow notes here, here, and here. Maybe I want to get that a little bit thinner. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the sky. Okay, so I'm going to start with a warm. So this is a warm here. And then I know that this was probably my warmest. Let me get it a little bit pinker. So I don't want to compete with the grass here. So this was pretty warm here and here. Okay, so now the a little bit darker. Okay, so there's like shadow notes here. You have a top and a bottom on these things. But I'm looking at big shapes. And then maybe some, oops. Okay, so maybe that could be like the shadow part. And then it gets a little bit lighter as we come down here. And then I've got there's a light in here. Okay, so this is a very, actually I'm going to change, I think this is a little bit darker. Okay, so everything on the ground is a little bit darker than anything in the sky. Okay, this may be a little bit lighter than these clouds. Now, when I say, I think these clouds kind of don't adhere to the rule of a gray day. When there's clouds, sometimes these clouds could be a little bit darker because I think these are darker than the light plane of the hill. Okay, so I'm going to stop the share. I will continue this tomorrow to develop it further. Okay, so this is my, I think my 8th or my ninth, no, maybe my ninth tip, painting tip. I'll put it on the YouTube. So, look at my other painting tips. I'm going to try to be doing this for the next couple of weeks, sharing what I know. So if you like what I'm sharing, please subscribe and tell your friends, and talk to you tomorrow.